Hi everybody, this is Maya Zahira, and I'm just going to fix my camera maybe. This is Maya Zahira with Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and I am outside this time and keeping it super casual today. Actually, this is my about once a month or so I take a week where I have a totally flexible schedule. So that's why, even though normally I work on Mondays, I'm in like just a t-shirt and anyway, keeping it super casual today, and we're outside. And anyway, I do this flexible schedule about once a week. Sorry, not once a week. I'm apparently way too relaxed today. I do this really flexible schedule once a month or so. And during this week, I just work on research, like reading and studying and learning what other people are saying about the whole spectrum of psychic protection. And I call it research because I'm not reading the fluffy stuff. I'm reading the really in-depth stuff, and taking time to do creative work projects like writing and working on materials for my students in my programs. So just recently I switched my Facebook Lives, so they are every week instead of every month, on our Psychic Protection Facebook group here. And so that means that we didn't normally have a Facebook Live during my creative week, but we do now. So here we are. And I thought, since we're keeping it super casual today, that in just a little bit I'm going to turn the camera around and we're just going to have some nature time. I'm just sitting here on my front porch. And as always, this is opportunity for Q&A. So any questions that you have about psychic protection, about dealing with being a sensitive empath, about entities, different kinds of paranormal activity that you may be experiencing, you know, gosh, I mean, there's so many different kinds of questions that you could ask. So, and always for the Q&As, I always have a few topics in the back of my mind in case we don't have a lot of questions. And so okay, so there's this bird that I sit right here in this spot a lot, and then I go sit out in my yard and meditate, which is why I'm basically sunburned right now. But there's this bird that sits right there on the chair out there and looks at me, and I think I'm such a fixture out here now that the animals are getting to where they're not nervous, even though most birds are afraid of humans. So it's just sitting there talking. It's just sitting there talking. So just like usual, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. And if we don't have any questions, we're going to do a little guided meditation. So get ready to shift into a very relaxed state. Okay, so we're just going to turn this around. Okay, I want to show you guys the bird. I'm using a stand, so let's see if this works with moving the stand. There we go. Here's my... Oh, it's kind of far away. On the top of that chair there. There's this bird. And he has a friend. So there's two birds. And he's not usually this talkative. Actually, I think that's the friend, because usually there's one that comes and it always has a leaf in its beak. It's always holding something green. And then his friend comes along that doesn't have anything in his beak. And this has happened 3 days in a row. Every single time the bird has something in its beak. And this one doesn't, so I think it's the friend. He's so noisy. Yeah. When you live out in nature, You begin to notice how the animals are responding, how the insects are responding. And you're also able to drop into a state of more quiet. So speaking of dropping in, I see that we have a few people who are here live. So if you want to introduce yourself, say hi, let us know where you're joining from. And if you have a question at all, don't be shy, go ahead and ask. And if we don't have any questions, that is okay too. What I thought we would do today, since we're usually covering such heavy topics, what I thought we would do is just take some opportunity for grounding. So wherever you are, I want you to take a couple of deep breaths and just take in the peaceful energy of this tree. And as you're breathing, just feel yourself ground, feel your energy ground. And I'm just going to say hi to Rose from San Antonio and Erica from Burlingame, Kansas. Just feeling yourself moving into a deeper state of stillness. Ashley from Olathe, Kansas. And I want you to just focus on this tree and just imagining the roots going down into the earth, reaching down into the soft earth and anchoring into the earth energies where you receive nourishment, vitality, energy, and stability. And then bring your attention, your awareness to the branches of this tree that really extend and reach out. Just noticing how you focus on the branches really stretching out, your own body opens up more and you feel as though you can breathe more freely now. Reaching up to the sky, balancing earth and divine cosmic energy, asking for the energies of the trees to balance us, asking for the blessing and the wisdom of the birds that are visiting us. And there was a butterfly that just flew past just a moment ago, so asking for the blessing of that beautiful transformation energy, helping us to transform ourselves and our lives so that we can be more powerful spiritual beings, able to handle everything that life sends our way, and powerful to where we can more actively create what is in our lives, what comes into our lives. Just breathe in that fresh air, deep breath, and release it. So why is it important to ground? Well, If you're not grounded, then it is very easy for other energies that you encounter and people that you encounter and their energies. It's very easy for other energies to essentially knock you over. If you do not have good footing, you will, like any gust of wind that comes is just going to knock you over on your butt. And so the people that I encounter who are not very grounded, even just someone looking at them funny and sending them energy that way unknowingly, usually they don't know, they're just looking at them funny. They're not trying to send negative energy. But even just something like that can just throw them off and mess up their whole day. And then we have the more difficult extremes, like, you know, family discord or working at a job where there's negative energy. And so the more grounded that you can be, the more you can handle all of that stuff. So that's why it's so important for you to get out into nature. And I'm always preaching this, but I believe it so much, and it's why I moved out to the country, because we are human beings that physiologically and energetically, we need to be connected with the energy of the planet. For those people who spend a lot of time in meditation and which is wonderful to be connecting spiritually, but for all those people who are spending all this time in meditation and their energy is kind of like out there in the cosmos, guess what happens? Your energy, your essence is not fully connected into your body. And if you're not home in your body, guess what? Other stuff can come in and hook in. So if we're going to really talk about the more serious psychic protection issues here right now, if you're not inhabiting your body, if you have numbed out or checked out, or you're trying to essentially spiritually bypass by spending a bunch of time in meditation, or maybe numbing out by smoking a lot of weed. And by the way, I'm not anti-marijuana, but anything can be used in a not so healthy way. So, you know, numbing out by smoking a bunch of weed, or numbing out by eating unconsciously, or numbing out by watching hours and hours of TV. Whatever it is that's allowing you to disconnect from your body and partially or fully leave your body, that's leaving you wide open to other stuff to come in and take inhabitants. And I know you don't want that, because you wouldn't be watching this video if you wanted that. You wouldn't be attracted to my stuff if you wanted something weird to come in and live inside your body. You want to be sovereign over your physical temple. So that's why it's so important to ground. So get out in nature. If you are at work and you can't get outside, then drinking water will help you ground. Eating a healthy snack, protein or vegetables, something healthy, that will help you ground. Taking deep breaths, deep cleansing breaths, that's going to help you ground. Okay, doing some stretches, even if you're at work, if you can just do some stretches in your chair, or just stand up for a few moments and do some yoga if it's allowed. You know, at most workplaces you can at least take a moment, get a drink at your seat, and maybe do some spinal twists or something. They're usually going to allow that. And at a really open-minded workplace, they might even let you get up and, you know, like go on your break and throw your yoga mat on the floor. Who knows? But it's so important. You're going to feel better when you're more grounded. You're going to feel more mentally aware. You'll be able to have more focus, have more clarity. Your physical body will feel more balanced. You're going to feel better overall. And it's also a vital, basic part of psychic protection, keeping your energy strong. Grounding. Hello to Marietta. Marietta, where are you joining us from? And Phyllis, nice to see you. I know Phyllis is in Kansas City somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. So I want to get to Ashley's question. Ashley, I hope you're still there, because I might be asking you some further questions. So get your fingers ready to talk to me. Okay. So Ashley is wanting to know of any particular crystals that I would suggest for empaths. So, Ashley, can you respond and let me know in the comments if there's any crystals that you've tried so far? Then I'm curious. Okay. So, and Marietta's from Missouri. Nice to see you, Marietta. So while I'm waiting for your answer, what I want to say is when it comes to crystals, I've noticed that everybody's different, and it's the same. It's similar to like what kind of diet works for different people and what kind of supplements work for different people. I've noticed that gemstones, crystals, tend to work differently for different people. So I'm just going to share a few that pop into my mind, and then and these are ones that I would recommend to different people depending on exactly what kind of empath issues you're having. So like my other question for you would be, what are you needing as an empath? What are you hoping that the crystal will do? Because there's a lot of different things, right? So, and Phyllis is joining from South KC-Mo. Okay, Ashley is telling us smoky quartz, rainbow fluorite, agate. I have a plethora of others around as well. Okay, so one of my favorites. Okay, let me see. You know what? Right now, I'm just gonna muscle test on your behalf. I'm going to assume, since you're asking me the question, that it's okay for me to engage that way. I'm just going to check right now intuitively and just see what are going to be the best for you. I'm getting a big yes for smoky quartz. I love all of these. I love rainbow fluorite. But I'm getting that if you notice that it's not working quite right for you, I think sometimes it's not the right match for you. I see it sometimes. I can feel that it sometimes would make you dizzy or disoriented. So if you're ever having trouble grounding or you're feeling a bit dizzy, try putting that in the away. Try putting that away. But smoky quartz, I feel, is going to be very stabilizing for you. And actually, normally I recommend one of the black stones for grounding, you know, like black onyx, etc. Shungite is another black one. But what I'm getting is that those would actually, just intuitively, I'm getting that those would be too intense for you, which is why smoky quartz is good for you, because it's going to work similarly to those black stones, but it's a little softer in its approach, and it also helps to transmute energies that are no longer serving you. especially your own energies, like thoughts, beliefs, old stuff that you're holding in your body. That smoky quartz is going to be great for you. Now, this might apply to other people who are watching this, but what I'm doing right now with Ashley is I'm tuning in to what I'm sensing specifically about Ashley. It's important with whatever gemstones or tools that you work with that you tune in and find out if it will work well for you. Because, for example, some people might do great with rainbow fluorite. I just feel like it's not the right fit for you right now. And Ashley is saying, yes, I don't think it's the right match either. Okay. Okay, so Ashley, you're wanting something for blocking the energies in crowds mostly. Let me just check. I actually am getting that some of the black stones would be good for you to wear when you're in crowds, but I'm checking this right now. But in fact, I'm gonna just turn this around so you can see me. Okay. Hey everybody. Excuse me. So as for wearing black stones, and I'm getting that jet would be a good black stone for you, but you don't want to wear it all the time. So I do have some jewelry that I don't wear all the time. You don't see me wearing it. I only wear it when I know that I'm going to be encountering certain kinds of energies. And so that's what I would suggest for you. Jet, if you can't get a hold of jet, which is a black stone, look for, let's see, what else was I getting? Obsidian. Yeah, obsidian would work for you. Okay, so just wear them when you know you're going to be in crowds. Okay, let's see here. Let me just finish up with Ashley. I also feel like Ashley, selenite and rose quartz would be very soothing for you. So even though they aren't intended to block energies, they're going to help your energy. They're just going to be very soothing for you. So I know you can get a selenite stone that fits in the palm of your hand, and just holding that I think would feel very good for you. And wearing rose quartz, I think rose quartz would be a good stone for you to wear all the time. Just like every day, it's just going to be very soothing for you and help you deal with some of these energies that you're encountering. So even though it might not block the energies, it's going to activate this soothing energy for you, if that makes sense. Okay, so we've got a few more things here. Marietta. Okay, so we're talking about crystals today. That's awesome. Okay, Marietta. Excuse me. By the way, out here on the prairie, it gets a bit dusty. Oh, I am going to answer your question, but since we're keeping it casual today, I'm going to turn this around. All right. There's my two bird friends. They've been sitting there staring at me. I've been out here all afternoon working with my laptop. There's my two bird friends. You can see the little road right there. Only my neighbors drive on that road, but if we have not had rain for a while, it gets very dusty out here. So a few cars just drove by, and like my throat is. But this place is magical, but no place is like absolutely perfect. So it's very dusty out here right now. We need some rain. Okay, let's get back to crystals. Oops, did I? Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. So it's like we're having a little cup of tea on the front porch with Maya. Okay, so let's go back to these questions. Marietta is asking about crystals for financial blocks. Okay, so let's see here. I'm getting that jade would be very good for you. Just FYI for everyone else. Let's see, what was the other? I was just gonna say FYI. There was another one that I was gonna say. I guess I don't need to go over it today. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Jade, that's your stone. Okay. And attracting romance. Let's see what we've got. There's one that I'm thinking of, and I can't, it's deep red. And I'm not, what is it? Oh, okay, so that's not your stone. That's why it's not coming in. Rose quartz. Well, you know what? Jade. Okay, I'm getting kind of a cascade of information here. So I'm actually getting, there's green. Okay, I'm getting a few different things for you. So jade, that's really going to help you with money. It's also going to help unblock your heart chakra and feelings of worthiness. And let's see what else. Okay, so FYI for everyone else, but Marietta, this is not the one that you need. Citrine, yeah, even though it's yellow, and we think of the money stones as being green, right? But not necessarily. So citrine can be really good for bringing in prosperity, but that's not what you need at this time, Marietta. What I am getting, Marietta, is green fluorite. Green fluorite. It's going to help you shift. There's just some blocks and just some like old stuff, not just with love life, but random stuff, not just heart chakra, but even on the cellular level. And your body is wanting some green fluorite to help shift that, which then as a secondary effect will help with love life. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay, if you want, so I'm seeing two stones, red garnet. If you want like hot, spicy romance, I want you to start using red garnet. If that's not really what you're wanting, then rose quartz, that feels very good. That's a really good go-to for lots of different things. So yeah, red garnet. If you really want, if you don't want that much intensity, then don't use it, okay? Because I think it's going to bring in some intense energies, but it could be pretty fun too. Okay. Let's see. Mel is saying bronzite has been helpful for me. Obsidian and onyx also. Yes, good. Yeah, it's like we're all so different, right? And so different things are going to be helpful, and also at different times in your life too. Phyllis is saying, interesting, I just bought some black obsidian today, and I'm getting, that is like right on for you. That is exact match. It's like angels singing in my ears and it's like so right on. So you made a good choice. That's definitely right for you right now. And Tina, some people were asking specific questions like what's good for love life, what's good for the money blocks and that sort of thing. So I'm not doing just open readings. So if you have a certain thing that you're struggling with, I'm more than happy to recommend a stone. And we were focusing on grounding before, and now we've had a few questions about crystals. But you can ask questions about anything psychic protection, okay? This is our Q&A time. Yeah. Now, Tina, I know this is not what you were asking, but I am understanding that you were asking for something that's going to help you right now, energetically and life-wise. And what I got loud and clear is you need to drink more water, girl. It needs to be water, not other stuff. It needs to be water. Okay, money. Tina, you're saying you want some crystal recommendations for money and health. Yes, got it. So, oh, and Phyllis is saying, I love garnet. Yeah, me too. Okay, so for money and health, I am seeing yellow citrine for you. And actually, that is your key. I'm literally seeing like a key opening a door. So for both money and health, yeah, it's going to help your body detox gently. And citrine is also a good money stone. It's also, I see that it's also going to help your body find stability. So, and I do think that goes hand in hand with water, because your body is needing some more ability to flush out toxins. So, think about getting a yellow citrine and put it in your water bottle with your water and just let it be there. And what that will do is the water will soak up the, so to speak, the energies from the yellow citrine. Now, you guys, be careful with using different gemstones in your water. You want to make sure that the gemstones are not poisonous, because there are a few out there. So, and there's some that are water soluble, like selenite is water soluble, so you don't want to put that in your water. But citrine, that would be perfectly fine to put in your water, and then drink your water. So then you'll get a double effect that way. I really feel like that's what you need. So not just the citrine, but water. With water, put it in water. You can even you can put it in water overnight, take it out, and then drink your glass of water. You can do it that way, but it definitely needs to be a gem infusion of water. Got it? Okay. All right. So this was fun. Like I mentioned at the beginning, usually I have a particular topic, and today we're keeping it super casual. And so just taking various questions. Oh, Tina. Yeah. Okay. Tina is saying that she's getting ready to have surgery, and that's why she's asking. Yeah. And I think that's why in preparation for the surgery, your body is wanting some balancing and a little bit of gentle detox. I wouldn't do any like, just friend to friend. I would not do any like heavy duty detox stuff before surgery. You want to not throw everything off by creating that kind of process. But I feel like the citrine water is going to help your body find balance and stability. Okay. For you specifically. If any of that resonates with anybody else, then if it's resonating within you, then that's your intuitive sign that that might be right for you as well. However, just know that that intuitive advice is specifically for Tina and what I'm picking up. So, all right, you guys, I am going to go back to my evening of working with my laptop on my front porch, and I get to look out at this tree. This is let me turn it around again. There we go. This is my view when I'm sitting there working. See if we can turn it a little bit more. Get to look out onto the prairie. It's pretty cool. I find that with the work that I do, you know, when I'm working with clients especially, it can be pretty intense work. You know, I'm helping people release entities, release psychic attack, release curses, release ancestral curses on their family line. Working with people who are having issues with, empath sensitivity, and, people who are having some pretty intense issues, and holding space for them. And I love the work that I do, but I also, no, not but, and I also have to really take time away. And that's why I have 1 week a month where I do work on work stuff, but I don't see any clients. I've had clients that I have weekly appointments with, but they don't get an appointment with me this week because this is my way of recharging, and so that I can be the best that I can be. It's my time to get my energy extra clear and balanced and strong, and work on clearing out any energy cords. You guys see my cat out there by the tree? Working on, cleaning up my energy and raising my vibration so that I can keep being of service and doing the work that I do. So I think we are all done. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome, Rose and Marietta. So glad you could join us. Thank you for saying that this was wonderful, and you're welcome. And Phyllis is saying, nice tip. I was just reading about gem-infused water this morning. Awesome. Well, perfect timing. So we are all done for today. Thank you for joining. If I would love to invite you all to join every Monday, whenever you get a chance, just join us at 6 p.m. Central. And I know everybody's getting used to the new schedule, but we are doing it every week now for a while. As long as Spirit is calling me to do that, we are going to do it every Monday. So any questions that you have, think about them ahead of time, and you can even post them. I usually have a place on the group where you can post your question ahead of time, and then that can even help me to prepare. For example, with the crystal questions, I could have had, maybe like 5 tips for everybody. Like, I could have some things prepared. It's no biggie. We can do questions on the fly anytime you guys want. But if you post your question ahead of time, I can, maybe do a little bit of preparation or even have further information for you. And if not, no biggie. You can just join us live, listen, ask your question. And a lot of times I will have a topic that I'm going to talk about as well. Jeannie, it's not too late. If you have, so glad you could join us. If you have any questions, I'm going to sign off in just a minute. Okay. But it was a really good one. You can watch the replay. Okay. Just a little blurb. Just to let you know, you can visit my website, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. And there are some freebies on there, and I want to tell you about them because I love giving freebies. The first one is if you type in your email on my website, then you will get an email you'll get an automated email that has 2 different quizzes. One to find out if you're an empath or not and what kind. And the other quiz is to find out if you are vulnerable to psychic attack. And then there's some other gifties in there as well. A free report. Anyway, it's a fun it's like a little gift bag in the form of an email. So you can go to my website and get the freebies. And then also, when you go to my website, on the top menu bar, there's something that says videos, and you can click on that, and there's a whole bunch of free videos, and you don't even have to give your email. You can just have access to those right away. I love giving lots of stuff away. I really love sharing this information. It's so important to me. So another way to get in touch with me or to learn more is to order my book on Amazon, and it's called Darkness Disguised as Light. The Hidden Truth About Psychic Protection and the Illusion Matrix by Maya Zahira. That's a mouthful. You can just do a search for Darkness Disguised as Light, and make sure there's one other book with that, but I have a really long subtitle with mine. And make sure you pick the one that's by me. There's another one that's several years old that's by somebody else. So be sure to order my book, and everybody who has read it has loved it. And Tina is saying, I love your book. I have 2 of them. Yay! That makes me so happy. So Tina, what did you like about the book? I know I keep saying that we're done. What did you like about it? I'm super curious. Yeah. Okay, also, what topic do you want me to cover next week? Any suggestions? And while I'm waiting for those ideas to come in from you guys, another way that you can reach me is on my YouTube channel. That's where I have all of my videos, and all of these replays show up on there. And there's like, I don't know, 50 hours. I don't know. There's like a ton of hours of free content on there. Psychic Protection Sanctuary. Okay. So if I asked a question and you're typing and you didn't get a chance for me to receive your answer, you can just type it in the comments and I will get it later. I'm going to go have my dinner break. Everybody have a lovely evening. Oh, and Tina is saying what you liked about the book was learning about psychic vampires. Yeah. There's a whole section on that. For sure. Okay, you guys, it's been really fun. I will see you next week at 6 p.m. Central on the Psychic Protection Sanctuary Facebook group. Oh, and before I press the finish button, I'm going to read Tina's comment. I like the whole book. Anything you have for protection, it was always good. I don't have one specific thing that I can relate to you right at the moment, because every bit of it I enjoyed reading. That is awesome. Yeah, it's just so full of good stuff and so juicy. And how I talk about how people can suck your energy. Yep, I do talk about that in the book for sure. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I think our topic next week, you just gave me an idea, Tina. Thank you. Our topic next week, I'm going to pull some topics or ideas from my book. And so we'll relate. I haven't done that. I should have. I've been remiss in that I haven't done a Facebook Live about my book. So I will pull some topics from that and we will talk about that next time. How does that sound? All right, everybody, it's been fun. I hope you all have a great evening. Get yourself outside, take your shoes off, plant your feet onto the ground for 10 minutes. If you're super busy, just do 5 minutes, but you really need 10 minutes. You really do, or longer. Go outside and place your bare feet on the ground. Your whole energy system will thank you. So until next time, sending you all my love.